Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne.
Ladies and gentlemen, I played 1,000 hours of Zero, and this is what I learned. Zero is really freaking underrated. And this video might even be why you should be using him more. But is he actually good and worth the hype? Or is it just a placebo effect of people trying to stand out? You know, I do come across some people who their whole personality is being a Zero main and standing out, when I'm a Zero main and I don't really brag about it too much, but obviously you guys already know I'm the top #1 Zero player of the world. So the first thing that I understand is that you should treat Zero cams like Valk Cams. It's really easy, right? But a lot of people get that wrong. A lot of people try to find like the best cam, best angle, when really it's actually going to end up getting you killed. I'll give you some quick things you should understand how to make a better cam with Zero. First of all, the light. When you are on the camera, is the light very obvious? Is it like a moth through the enemy screen when you're, you know, trying to watch them to the flank? Also, play off sound. The camera does not need to have like the best view of where you're trying to watch a flank. However, it's like almost like if, you know, you're waiting for something just to feel off. When you see a foot walk past, or maybe you hear some rustling, you hear some walking slowly towards you, that's a sign to get off the camera and aim your gun. What I personally like to do is, if it's a hallway, I like to put it right above them, because think about it from a defender's perspective. If you were the one flanking, where are you checking? Where's your cross replacement? You want to get that camera in a peripheral area where they're not looking. The second thing I learned is patience. Do not rush your cameras. However, you don't want to take a million years to put your cams down. You shouldn't be putting down your cameras if you know someone's close by, because they can hear it's a really loud pching. Also, don't throw them like immediately into sight. If, for example, if you just throw them on a reinforced wall and then you turn the camera, they're going to hear it inside. They're going to shoot it. What I like to do is I like to use at least 2 to 3 for the flank and maybe 1 extra just in case, and I'll tell you why. But you should be sitting somewhere where you know they're going to flank and you want to keep being in an off position. Now, when I say patience, do not mix it up with sitting in one corner. Oh, somebody's going to flank. No, don't be a little delusional. However, you need to understand people are most likely not going to flank if it's either the last 30 seconds of the round, or maybe if your team's taking sight quickly and you're forcing the roamers to come back quick. As a Zero main, you also need to have a little bit of roam hunting skills as well. Now, Zero's not just a flank watch, he's also an assassin. And again, I'll tell you why in a second. The third thing we need to understand is the camera work. You are like a security guard. Now, at least when you're on the flank, you're like a security guard. You are making sure that nobody touches your team. You know their booty is secured. Now, with camera work, you're obviously going to be stationary on cam with your gun down. So you want to make sure you're in an off corner or in a safe position enough time to take your gun up in case someone does run up on you. Now, if you're solo king or you're 5-second, what I like to do first is I like to use my 2 first initial drones. Yes, I'm saying save the first one. Don't be scrolling on TikTok and be like, oh, where are they at? Where are they at? And then wasting your drone, driving it in, and then Solus goes, pew, 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 pew. So I use the first 2, but if I'm solo queuing, I'll use 2. But if I have a teammate, then I'll have some help. But kind of use those drones as a pencil in of where you want your Zero cams to be. For example, if I'm holding like Chalet, right? I'm going through games window, right? I want to make sure blue and I want to make sure main are locked down. So when I hop in and I have my Zero cam out, I'm not caught with my pants down. I pencil in those drones. I flip them real quick, give myself 5 to 10 seconds before something is going to happen. In those 5 to 10 seconds, I want to make sure my Zero cams are up, and then I can re-solidify the info. Now, onto the positioning. If you are playing the flank watch, then you want to make sure that you're at least like a floor, or maybe 1 above or below it, doesn't matter, or maybe even just really far back. But until someone dies in your team and it's a 4v5, that is your cue to get off cams, because you are now an active gun. Now that dead teammate is now the security guard watching for Freddy the Fazbear to flank your team. And make sure your teammate's not scrolling on TikTok, because you never know, that fox from Five Nights at Freddy's might be sprinting down the hallway and flanking your entire team. I'm talking about, you know, getting on cams and then getting off your cams. So what if I'm not on my cameras? How do I utilize Zero more than that? This moves on to number 4, which is the weapon and utility usage. Now listen, the second you get off your cameras, you're no longer a security guard, statue, flank watch. You are now a badass assassin. You're like John Wick now. Jason Bourne.
Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne.
Even James Bond. Listen, when I get off the camera, I'm a whole new character. Bro, no matter who dies in your team, I'll give you examples. Bro, listen. Your entry fragger died, boom, Zero, you entry with, he has one of the best guns in the game. Number 2, your Thatcher died, okay, well you have cameras. You can get him in an angle and zap his batteries off and the Kate off the wall. Number 3, your Zofia, your Ash died, you got a gun 6. Oh, but don't get right here, right? They have a Wamai gadget and a shield. What do? You use a zero cam, boom, burn ADS, gone 6, shield gone. And that's not it, dude. Listen, I'm a Swiss Army knife in this bitch. Even if your heart breacher dies, your ace that's going 0-7 on 4-4 overtime gets spawn peaked. Listen, we all know that friend that runs support and is not the best. Listen, if he dies, you got 2 heart breaching gadgets. Listen, Zero is literally Thanos himself. A man can become whatever role he wants. He just does the gauntlet and goes, and then he becomes whatever. All right, so those are the 2 personalities you can be. You can either be the stoic flank watch, or you can be Thanos Bond. You can be whatever you want. Now, all this stuff I'm adding up all comes down to one thing. Number 5, practice and repetition. You need to become consistent with this. This is not something I did over day. You need to learn the common flanks, bad and good cams, best spots to sit, and you have to make them play your game. All the things are gonna come trial and error. Listen, everything you see me do on stream with Zero, there has been at least one time where it hasn't worked out. But listen, I'm kind of a natural flank watcher. I don't remember the last time my team got flanked, bro. Unless I was dead and I was somehow not on my cams, they got flanked, and that never happens. But listen, with practice and repetition, this is gonna get you those habits, so that way when you're getting in the building and you're doing your routine of getting the cameras down, then you know exactly what to expect, and this creates consistency. Now, consistency is not only good with Zero, it's also good in Rainbow Six Siege. When you are consistent, you eliminate a lot of RNG factors. When you eliminate a lot of RNG factors, the game tends to be in your favor. And when the game tends to be in your favor, you start winning more rounds, you start getting more kills. And when you start doing a lot of that, you start winning games. And when you start winning games, you rank out, motherfucker. I solo queue. My teammates are bad. Oh, I play with my school friends and they don't call out. What do I do? Listen, stop playing with bums. Stop solo queuing. Why are you self-sabotaging yourself and expecting good results? Listen, a lot of you guys need to stop making fucking excuses and actually start putting the hours in the game. You start winning in Siege when you start playing your own game, whether that's a casual player, whether you want to Ash Rush, whatever you want to do. As long as you're playing your own game for the reason why you got on the game, that's what matters. So one thing I want you guys to take within this video is build your own consistency, build your own routine. When you can do this, it doesn't matter what team you're facing up against, they're not going to be able to do your routine better than you. So that is the 1,000 hours of Zero that I learned. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys where are my Zero mains, bro? Comment, yo, if you're a Zero main in the chat. I want to read your comments. Also, I'll be live on Twitch every single day at twitch.tv/Athieno, and then you can look at the link below. Take care, guys. I'll see you guys soon.
A zombie dead. A zombie dead.
And then if you just pin the glitch right back.
Mozzie dead.
It's on the bottom.
What's that?
Who they fucking flanking, dude? Who they flanking, bro?